list. That's an extensive list.
Han Meditations.
Hey guys, as you can see, I have all these journals. The link will be in the description. Hello guys, I am Han. This is Kelly.
Hello everyone.
We are Han Meditations and we're back with another video. This one's going to be so interesting, guys. I'm excited to do this one because I actually want to know and I want to hear. Everybody hears this haram, haram, this is haram, that is haram. But, you know, we just don't know together. So we want to actually learn what is haram and what is not haram so that we can kind of get a base level of an entire list of what is haram. So let's go ahead and figure out everything that is haram and let's go ahead and do it together. So hello ChatGPT, using what you know about Islam, the Muslim faith, and what is actually in the Quran and in maybe high quality hadiths, but let's start with the Quran. What would you say a list of things that are, you know, haram, like a known list of things that are absolutely haram that you shouldn't do? Give me a large list of certain things.
In Islam, haram refers to actions or things that are explicitly prohibited. The concept is grounded primarily in the Quran, with additional details and clarifications provided in hadiths, sayings, and actions of the Prophet Muhammad. Here's a list of things commonly regarded as haram according to Islamic teachings. 1. Shirk, associating partners with God. The Quran strongly emphasizes monotheism, and shirk, or attributing partners to God, is considered the gravest sin. 2. Murder and unjust killing. The Quran forbids the unjust taking of life, as in Surah Al-Ma'idah 532, which says killing one person unjustly is like killing all of humanity. 3. Adultery and fornication. Sexual relations outside of marriage are prohibited, and the Quran explicitly warns against zina, unlawful sexual intercourse, in Surah Al-Isra 1732. Theft and fraud. Stealing and cheating in business or personal dealings are haram, and harsh consequences are described for those who engage in theft. Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:38. Alcohol and intoxicants. The consumption of alcohol or any intoxicating substance is prohibited. Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:90-91. 6. Usury, riba. Earning interest or engaging in usurious practices is forbidden, as it is seen as exploiting others financially. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:275-279. Gambling. Gambling and games of chance are forbidden due to their addictive nature and the financial harm they can cause. Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:90. 8. Consuming pork. Pork and all pig products are prohibited. Surah Al-Baqarah 273, 5:3. 9. Backbiting and slander. Speaking ill of others behind their back is compared to eating the flesh of one's dead brother in Surah Al-Hujurat 49:12. 10. Lying and bearing false witness. Honesty is a fundamental value in Islam, and lying, especially in legal matters or to harm others, is haram. 11. Disrespecting parents. The Quran places great emphasis on treating one's parents with respect and kindness. Surah Al-Isra 17:23-24. 12. Dishonoring women's modesty and dress code. Islam prescribes modest dress for both men and women, and intentional immodesty is seen as haram. Surah An-Nur 24:30-31. 13. Engaging in magic or sorcery. Practicing or seeking knowledge of magic is prohibited, as it can lead to shirk and harm to others. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:102. 14. Eating meat not slaughtered in God's name. Muslims are required to eat halal, lawful meat slaughtered in God's name. Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:3. 15. Oppression and injustice. Acts of oppression or injustice, such as exploitation or denial of rights, are condemned in the Quran. 16. Breaking promises or oaths. Fulfilling one's promises is stressed in Islam, and breaking them without a valid reason is haram. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:177. 17. Arrogance and pride. Islam promotes humility, and arrogance is seen as a trait leading to downfall. Surah Luqman 31:18. 18. Harm is against one's own body, self-harm. Islam values the body as a trust from God, so self-harm or suicide is forbidden. Surah An-Nisa 4:29-30. 19. Engaging in bribery. Bribery and corruption are strongly condemned as they contribute to social injustice. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:188. 20. Eating carrion or blood. Consuming dead animals not slaughtered properly and blood is prohibited. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:173. 21. Envy and jealousy. Allowing envy to dictate one's actions is discouraged and is considered spiritually harmful. 22. Disrespecting or abusing animals. Islam teaches compassion towards animals, and harming them unjustly is prohibited. 23. Listening to or engaging in gossip. Gossiping is discouraged, as it leads to division and ill feelings. 24. Engaging in homosexual acts. Homosexual acts are regarded as haram according to traditional interpretations of the Quran. Wasting food or resources. Wastefulness is condemned, and Muslims are encouraged to be mindful of their consumption. Surah Al-Araf 7:31. This list covers some of the key prohibitions found in the Quran and expanded upon in the Hadith. Islamic scholars may also interpret additional actions as haram based on Islamic legal principles.
Are you done with the list, or continue the list if you're not done? Continue where you left off.
That list covers many major things considered haram in Islam, but here are a few additional prohibitions commonly understood as haram according to the Quran, Hadith, and Islamic principles. 26. Spreading corruption or causing mischief. The Quran speaks against spreading corruption on earth, which includes behaviors that harm society or the environment. Surah Al-Baqarah 2, verse 205. Disrespecting sacred symbols and practices. Islam places great value on reverence for symbols associated with faith, such as mosques and religious practices. Surah Al-Hajj 22:32. 28. Forcing religion on others. Compulsion in religion is prohibited, as faith should be a personal choice. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:256. 29. Breaking ties of kinship. Islam places a strong emphasis on family and encourages maintaining ties with relatives, making the severing of family relations haram. 30. Cheating in business or personal dealings. Islam promotes fairness and justice in all transactions, and dishonest practices like cheating or manipulating are prohibited. 31. Excessive attachment to wealth and materialism. While earning a livelihood is encouraged, Islam warns against being excessively attached to wealth, as it can lead to greed and disregard for spiritual values. 32. Engaging in injustice in judgment or leadership. Those in positions of power or judgment are required to act fairly, and unjust actions or biased decisions are seen as haram. Surah An-Nisa 4:58. 33. Disregarding prayer or obligatory acts of worship. Neglecting obligatory prayers, salah, or acts of worship is viewed seriously, as these are seen as central pillars of the faith. Surah Maryam 19:59. 34. Mocking or ridiculing others' faiths or beliefs. Islam encourages respectful dialogue, and insulting others' beliefs or making fun of their faith is discouraged. 35. Consuming harmful substances beyond alcohol. Anything that harms the body, mind, or spirit, like drugs or toxic substances, is generally viewed as haram due to its harmful effects. These additional items add more depth to the understanding of what is considered haram in Islam. Islamic scholars might also extend or interpret specific prohibitions depending on cultural and societal contexts, but the list provided offers a well-rounded view of actions widely seen as forbidden in Islam.
Wow. I mean,
Long
that's an
list.
extensive list. That's an extensive list.
Definitely.
Extensive. But I mean, if you live your life in that way, I mean, you have to be honest about it. You know, if we're qualifying sin as just breaking the rules, everyone's going to sin at least once or another in their life. In my opinion, is you have to do more good than you sin. And, you know, a lot of it comes down to intention as well. Like, for instance, being close to family. I think everyone should be close to their family.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you have family members that don't want to be close to you and they're, maybe they're on drugs, maybe they're doing something bad, maybe they're, whatever is going on in their life, they're negative or whatever, then you can try, but you shouldn't be, force the situation. But that's why I do believe that, if everyone did this whole list anyways, or at least close to it, 80, 90% of it, then there usually would be no problems within family or anything. Even like breaking promises, excessively attached to wealth. You shouldn't be attached to wealth or anything. making fun of other religions. I really love that one. And harmful chemicals. Now that I believe RFK Jr. is going to get into the United States, into a position of power, and hopefully his whole thing is about harmful chemicals in our food and stopping that. I really would like to see that, because there's so many harmful chemicals. There's dyes in our food. There's really a bunch of substances that we don't need in our food anymore. So, seeing that, I really love that. And I mean, there's just so many that I can go on and on. Even the compulsion in religion.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to have compulsion in religion, and you're supposed to, let people make their own decisions. And I actually love that. So I don't know if you want to share a couple of yours, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, of course, a lot of them we know, like the shirk and no eating pork, etc. But it's an extensive list. But if you think about it, you can kind of categorize it down into just a few things. Like one being basically just treat people how you want to be treated. We all know that basically covers a lot of these, as far as, cheating in business and lying, going back on your word, being arrogance, bribery, etc. All that is covered under that. And then also I feel like the other category would be kind of like health, like your body, keeping your body in the best healthy state it can be. That covers all food and consumption related things. And besides that, kind of just being a good person, especially in a relationship. Obviously, adultery, or trying to be not modest on purpose, etc. But yeah, very, very interesting stuff. Were any really surprising to you?
I would just say, basically, whenever they talk about, not breaking promises, not cheating in business, I mean, just being an overall ethical person, because we own our own businesses, and we started this whole channel. And a lot of times, whenever you talk with people, whenever you talk to people, they're going to try and cheat you, or they're going to try and do things that are basically haram. And you have to identify those people early and stay away from them. So, if that's any of my advice to you guys, I would say to, follow this list as much as you can and do more good than you can bad. So I hope that was enjoyable. That was really interesting for us to hear. So thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting. And thank you to the people that donate to the channel. We need it more than you realize. You guys are helping us keep the channel going. We see every donation. We love you guys. We're praying for every single one of you. And it's just so grateful to be a part of a community of people that believe in God. So thank you guys so much. And we'll see you in the next video.